What's up out there? We are into the abyss. Finally, it's finally got the Herald down and got rolling on this. If we look at the skills, you'll notice I spent a lot of time in fishing. I did not get that XP rank coming from fishing. I just gave up on it. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm at level 10, so I can't go any further until I do a dungeon. So I thought I better get on some other stuff first. And I ended up going into, we got a little bit of fire making, wood cutting, mining I'm working on right now. Took astrology to level 10, got that as much as it could, and I took harvesting to level 10. So what I found out is playing my standard account is you need to go into mining, and you also need to go into harvesting so that you can do stuff for smithing. So I can't do any smithing until I get enough of this stuff picked up. So you get the abyssium ore from mining, and you get the abyssal stone from harvesting. And I spent my time, we'll get into the skill trees here in a second, but I've spent my time trying to grind all this stuff out so that I can craft gear. When I went into the first few fights under my standard account, I had not spent very much time. Like when I started this on my standard account, the XP, the rate of gaining levels was horribly slow. And through the course of doing my standard account, I learned where all the little boosters are, where some of the little boosters are, I should say, not all of them, but I learned where many of the little XP boosters are. For instance, if you go into fire making and level this up on the skill tree here, you get global abyssal XP. So they definitely made fire making worth it. So I want to level that up a little bit more and get it going, but I've kind of been bouncing around because I ran out of money and I need to go into combat to get some money. I ended up selling some things to get the 191K that I have, but I kind of want to get into combat and stuff like that. So I've kind of been bouncing around. We've got wood cutting at level 2, fishing at 10, fire making at 4, mining at 4. What do we got here? Astrology at 10 and harvesting at 10. So that'll get us, what I'm driving to get is the basic combat gear. When I started to say this earlier, but when I did combat on my standard account, I just had that garbage weapon that they give you. In fact, I just have that sword. So I didn't bother to ever go in and get anything else. And for this account, I'm taking the time to get the wood cutting. I got seeds out of that so I could get farming started, which are out of seeds. I got to go back into wood cutting again, which is interesting because you can now cut 3 trees at once. Well, if I had 3 trees, I could cut 3 trees in here, but it's abyssal side only. And what I found out is if you're cutting wood in the abyssal realm and you try to cut one here, it doesn't start over and stop cutting wood in the abyssal realm and start cutting wood in the Melvor realm. It just says you can't cut 2 different places at the same time, which I kind of wished you didn't have to switch. And, like if I was in here, or if I was over here in the Melvor realm and I wanted to start cutting a normal tree, I'd have to go to the abyssal realm, stop cutting this, come back to here. I kind of wish it would just take over and not tell me it can't cut multiples at once. I get what they're doing because you can't cut trees in 2 different spots, but I wasn't sure that was what it was going to do. I just wanted to start cutting normal trees. So I did go back to the standard version of Melvor for a little while and cut some trees. That's why this discussion came up, because I worked on carrion logs. As I was going through this harvesting stuff, I was sitting here thinking about it. One thing that I have focused on in my standard account, and what I'm kind of doing here, is focusing on mastery XP with like the skilling suit. This still applies. You can't get the skill XP off of it, but you can get the mastery skill off of it. So with all 4 of these equipped, you get 8% global mastery. And that is truly global. That's not just global for Melvor or global for Abyssal. Mastery is mastery, so you get those mastery bonuses everywhere. In fact, what do I have? Oh, I forgot. I need to swap that ring out. I didn't even pay attention. So I came back. I was looking at this. You get mastery. You get the mastery from these. I don't think I have that mastery ring either, but I do want to equip that. At least get the signet ring on there. So I've been focusing on my standard account. I've been focusing on anything that does interval reduction and mastery. It's kind of a long story of driving into this point. I know Abyssal XP does not transfer over to Melvor, and Melvor XP does not transfer over to Abyss. So that's fine. But your interval reductions mostly do. I think there's one or two things that don't. And there are almost all the mastery stuff does. So as I was going through like my boosts on here, actually we could go pick that up and get some faster mining interval. I missed that. I was doing it on mobile when I switched this over. So I've been trying to take anything like there's Global Mastery on here. I don't remember what I've got taken, but I can't buy a different one. Here's Global Mastery. I should probably pick that up. Mining node hit points. See, like these still apply, I believe. So if I switch this out, we're going to get plus 10 on here. So I think that went plus 10. I was looking at that number, not this number. But at any rate, that's the stuff that I've been focusing on. So like I said, I dipped back into standard because one of the agility pillars, if you go back in here and look at this, has 8% global mastery. Well, this is for Melvor realm only, and they specifically say that, but minus 3% interval for all non-combat skills. Now, this cost me a bunch of carrion logs, so I had to go chop trees for that, and then I had to go, I think I had enough ore, I just had to smith it up into bars. So I spent the time to do that because this is the only thing that's going to apply, that one line, but 3% interval reduction is pretty good, all told, because now I've got 0.65 seconds for mining interval, and that's global. So that means my wood cutting interval goes faster over here, 2.55 seconds. So all of those reductions that I can apply, whether it's from the regular realm or not, helps out. And same thing with like these little enhancement deals. There's 4% global mastery. That actually counts. So if you take this off, let's see here. We've got mining. This has got 55 and 27 for mastery. That's global skill. That one's not going to apply. I could take that one off. Let's save that one. So we've got 55 and 27. If I drop that off, it's 54 and 27. So it helps a little bit. Like, it's not some massive improvement, but all the little mastery increases, a lot of these mastery increases have mining mastery. That's just mining mastery. But then 15% mining node respawn interval. That's good. 100%, getting this stuff in here faster gives you faster intervals and things like that. So the mastery pool is very helpful to fill up and get those done. And then in addition to that, you've got chance of obtaining multiple ores for mining specifically. But like wood cutting, if you want come in here, mastery is typical, shadow nest and stuff like that. Wood cutting XP added as fire making XP. So once you get wood cutting far enough over, you're actually leveling up fire making, straight up just leveling fire making. And it's a little slower, but man, that's kind of huge. So I was looking at like trying to get those kinds of benefits all in place. And I would also point out on the skill tree on this here, if you go into fire making, we've got global abyssal XP. I need to level this up again and fill that out here. Then we've got, where else was there? I think I saw some other ones. Was it astrology maybe? Nah, I don't think I thought there was something that had some other general abyssal XP somewhere. But I've been trying, like this is a minus 2% astrology interval. I've been trying to go for those and the XP, not the mastery necessarily. As I level up and get by the skill tree points, it's either XP or interval reduction if I can. And then if that's all filled up, I'll go and start doing the mastery and get these down into here. Like this is minus 2% interval. And here's 5% XP. So it's good to go down both of these. But this one was quickly 246% increased abyssal XP. In addition to another easy, the second one down gives me minus 2% astrology interval. So that's kind of like my strategy on what I've been working on with this. I need to do agility. I don't think I've even started that. Nope. Nope. Switch over. No, I haven't even started. I haven't even bought an obstacle, which I finally can. So we'll go ahead and buy that one, get that taken care of. Oh yeah, because when I mine, I get with the ancient relic from, let's see here, Melvor realm, we get 15% chance to receive the bar version of an ore when mining. I've not gotten any of these for the abyssal side, but I do have some here, so that means I've been getting abyssium bars, which is great. So that's fantastic. Relics. Let's see here. The summary, does that work? Yeah, okay. So it does work on the abyssal side. I got -1 second, 1 whole second fishing interval for the abyssal realm for fishing, and then 100% chance to receive 1 random special item from fishing, which that's cool, I guess. We got 1 from astrology, which is 50% increased chance to locate abyssal realm ancient relics. 50% increased chance. That's a lot. Okay. 75% township maximum soul storage, and then we got a couple of harvesting ones, plus 20% minimum harvesting intensity, and 1% or plus 1 intensity per action in harvesting, which is actually good. The intensity thing down there is kind of interesting. This actually starts dropping off, but it fills up fairly quickly when you get that the ancient relic. Now, what's actually kind of interesting is playing standard mode at the same time, playing the expansion in standard mode and playing the expansion in ancient relic mode, because I'm getting, on the one hand, say on smithing, you don't get any resource preservation or doubling of items in relic mode. But in standard mode, I can have like 80 or so, or 90 some percent, whatever it is on both, 80% in one and 90 in the other, whatever it comes down to. I got some pretty high numbers in both, and I've got them kind of capped. So basically when I sit down with, I don't know, 100,000 bars or something, it just goes for a long period of time. Here, that 100,000 goes down fast, especially when you, like some of the new, bigger ores cost a lot. Like I think one of them's 11 and 11. And so you just start plowing through your resources. In relic mode, you just plow through the resources. On standard mode, you collect them all. However, on the other hand, you've got all these relics that really power some things, and it offers a lot of different nuance and decisions. Like you can do different things that you wouldn't necessarily think of. So I think it's kind of fascinating. Okay, so going forward, this is kind of what we're looking at, is just kind of burning through these skills here. I'd like to probably get all of these non-combat skills up to level 10. I still don't have some of these in my standard. Like I haven't really messed with thieving or fletching or some of these on standard. I need to. We're going to have to get into combat at some point and level up. I'll be starting off combat in a much better place because I'll have actually a full set of combat gear. I didn't do that with my standard account. I just kind of went in with the crappy sword and started wailing on stuff with Verloren gear, which was probably not the best idea. But then I figured out, hey, you got to spend some time with smithing and stuff like that, mining and smithing, and get all your gear better. So I'm going to try to do that ahead of time with this account. And then I think the way we progress forward is the Abyss, which is your dungeons. So we're going to need to clear the depths of woe, and that's going to take level 10. We're going to have to get all the level 10 in. I still haven't messed with ranged or magic in my standard account either, so I probably won't hear for a while. You can get through that with attack, strength, and defense, and I'll have the gear for it. But that final boss in here has like an enormous amount of hit points. You have to be able to withstand all that. And I don't know what any of the rest of this stuff is because I haven't fought it in standard yet. So I may actually get to stuff in here first before I do in standard. And I also want to get my food in place because like the basic food gives you plus 1,000 for abyssal mode and all that. So there's a lot of work ahead of it. So anyway, what do we have? Can we do a wave? Yes, we can do a wave. Get that done in here. And we leveled up and we got nice 69% township happiness and education. And this does not say that I already have all the normal ones, don't I? I do. That does not say abyssal only. So I think that just went up for the Melvor side also. That's cool. So we're going to be making a lot more stuff. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my storage. Yeah. Okay. That greatly increases the population too. All right, cool. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's where we're at, and that's kind of where things are with this whole thing. I just just focusing on all this. I can't wait to get this Abyssal Enhancer. I noticed that this thing gives you Global Abyssal XP too, and we got to get to level 20 for that. So that thing's nice. I've got that leveled up. I don't know, I'm getting an extra 6% or so in my standard build. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment. And that's going to do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.